Today we will take a look at the best smartphone you can buy for under $500 for this year. If you want to find more information, check out links down below. 5. Samsung Galaxy A13 5G. Samsung's flagships can be pricey in the extreme, but the company makes tons of good phones that don't cost an arm and a leg. The Galaxy A13 5G is yet another. It does everything you'd expect a smartphone to do, often better than you'd expect a budget smartphone to do it. If you don't want to drop extra cash on a more premium device, the A13 5G is definitely worth your consideration. Great performance, plus a day and a half of battery life. Includes fingerprint reader, micro SD card slot, headphone jack, and NFC for contactless payments. The phone comes with some literature, a chintzy SIM ejector tool, and a USB-C to C cable. There's no charger in the box. The Galaxy A13 has 3 rear cameras. A 50-megapixel primary accompanied by 2 2-megapixel shooters, 1 macro, 1 depth. The primary camera kicks out decent images in good light. Its 50 megapixels are binned down to 12.5, and if you zoom in, fine detail starts to look like a watercolor painting. Uncropped shots taken in adequate lighting look good enough for social media. 4. OnePlus Nord N20 5G. The OnePlus Nord N20 is a beautiful budget phone that looks like it costs hundreds more. It also has an AMOLED display, good battery life, and decent performance for the price. The design is clean and professional. The 2 large camera lenses, surrounded in light gold accents, draw your attention right out of the gate. The smooth plastic back has a sparkly effect to it that makes the phone almost glitter in the sun. With this phone, you get a triple rear camera setup. The 64 megapixels main sensor does the heavy lifting, but its 2 megapixels monochrome and 2 megapixels macro companions are dubious at best. Around front, there's a 16 megapixels selfie shooter. 3. Samsung Galaxy A53 5G. There's almost nothing to separate the Galaxy A53 5G from the Galaxy A52 5G in terms of design. There are some tiny differences in size. It's 8.1 mm thick, not 8.4 mm thick like the A52 5G, but the weight remains the same at 189 grams. It's made of plastic with Gorilla Glass 5 over the screen, just like the A52 and Galaxy A52s. The Galaxy A53 5G has 4 cameras on the back, a 64 megapixel main camera with an f1.8 aperture and optical image stabilization, a 12 megapixels wide-angle camera with a 123-degree field of view, and a pair of 5 megapixels cameras for macro and depth. It's the same setup found on the Galaxy A52, and you get the same 32 megapixels selfie camera mounted top center in the screen. Features include night mode and a pro mode, Samsung's single-take mode, and video recording up to 4K and 30 fps or FHD at 60 fps. 2. Google Pixel 6a. The back features the same two-tone design with a horizontal camera bar separating the brighter top portion from the more expansive muted color. In the case of the Pixel 6a, you get to choose from chalk, charcoal and sage. Google continues to use OLED panels for its lower-cost Pixel phones when makers of comparably priced handsets often turn to LCD. OLEDs offer deeper blacks and better contrast, and that comes through when you're watching video or playing games on the Pixel 6a's 6.1-inch display. Battery life has proven to be quite a puzzler with the Pixel 6a. Google promises up to 24 hours of regular usage from the phone, with an extreme battery saver mode increasing that to 72 hours by turning off features and pausing many apps. That's despite the fact that the Pixel 6a battery is actually smaller than it was on the Pixel 5a, 4,410 mAh vs 4,680 mAh on the Pixel 5a. 1. Apple iPhone SE 2022 3rd generation. The iPhone SE 2022 is IP67 water resistant, and this handset is more durable than the previous model because it uses the same tough glass as the iPhone 13. You get just a single 12 megapixels rear-wide camera, so there's not ultra-wide lens, which you'll find on the iPhone 11 and Pixel 5a. And the front camera continues to have a fairly low-resolution 7 megapixels sensor. The good news is that the addition of the A15 Bionic processor opens up new camera features and capabilities through computational photography. This includes Smart HDR4 for handling tricky lighting while providing better rendering of faces. The iPhone SE 2022 is rated to deliver up to 2 hours of longer battery life than the previous iPhone SE, thanks to a slightly larger battery and efficiency gains from the A15 Bionic chip. The new iPhone SE lasted 9 hours and 5 minutes.